Wow, did we ever nail it yesterday? We are back into a major groove here on the pre-market show. We'll get to those individual stocks in a second. First, looking at QQQ SPY. At this point, I'm pretty complacent about it, which could be a warning for some of you. But yeah, we're over the 50-week moving average, and that's it. That's all I care about right now. As long as we're over that 50-week moving average, I'm in a bullish mode on SPY QQQ. The comments didn't change my mind yesterday by Powell. The next major event, I believe it's February 14th CPI. So I'm a bull right now, all right? And this is a great environment over the key moving averages for stocks to move more predictably on catalysts. And man, did we ever nail it yesterday? Microsoft was on our radar from before because we played ChatGPT. Remember when they had that rumored investment? We were on top of ChatGPT before, on Microsoft before anyone else. We had that for an awesome swing trade, and now it was on our radar yesterday morning when Vegas mentioned it. It said, hey, Ben, Microsoft has an event later today about Bing. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's it. You know, they're going to integrate ChatGPT and Bing, and this is going to be huge. So we called this at around 260. And when it was 260, I was talking about price targets of 289. And I was talking about 267.50 and then 270 same day possibly. And it happened. And after hours, the 270 happened. This was incredible. Now, the AI wars are on, right? You have a Google event today, but you see Google's been down. I don't care if Google's technology is better, right? I know there's a conversation. We love Tony, and he makes lots of great points in our community. But the key point here is that Bing has such a small slice of the search business, right? On desktop, it's like 90% Google, like 8% Bing. And on mobile, it's like 98% Google, like 0.5% Bing, right? So there's such a huge opportunity here. So first of all, they're first to market with ChatGPT. And again, you know, Google has their event today, but they have to integrate AI into their search just to keep and maintain their top position. So this is an opportunity for Microsoft to pick up some. So I really continue to like Microsoft here. It is continuing to surge this morning here at 272. Now, it's, you know, nothing goes up in a straight line. So, you know, my target here is about ultimate target. I think we can get to about 289, the top of these candles right there. You see those two candles? Well, that's even higher. It's about 290, but you know, we have some resistance at these three candles. At 1, 2, 3, you have those. So I'm going to call it 289 as a swing target on Microsoft. But again, it's not going to go straight up. You know, you got to maybe find those dips, find the intraday support levels, and go long that way. So we absolutely killed it on Microsoft yesterday. Again, Google event today, and I'm not as keen on it. I just explained why. Maybe it's going to have a run, an event anticipation run into that event. But I think the bigger picture here is not whose technology is better, but the fact that Microsoft is in a position to take share from Google. So that's what it's all about, regardless of how awesome the presentation might be at Google later today. Now, look at this. Bob, I'm pointing out here because they have some AI news this morning, a rumor at least. And it's important because look how it happened with BIDU, BIDU yesterday. Went from we missed this yesterday, but 143 to like 160 on some AI integration they want to do in their search engine. And then Alibaba right here, it says 21 Jingji reported Alibaba Dharma Academy is developing a ChatGPT like dialogue robot. So you can bet anything this gap is on this news, like AI ChatGPT news, very, very hot. I'm not playing Baba. Maybe we'll ask Vegas what she thinks about Baba. We had additional ChatGPT news out of GNS. GNS over here this morning. Of course, we're playing this. They have the February 15th YouTube stream. This is the stock that they're trying to kill, you know, get those naked shorts squeezed out of there. And then this morning, some news. Genius Group announces AI Educator Suite with OpenAI GPT-3 and GPT-4 Genie integration. So that's causing a 4% pop. I'm a little surprised. The volume is relatively light. The reaction a little bit muted. I was expecting to be over 7 this morning on that news. So we'll have to see what happens. Monitor that one closely. But I did get a position in that around 660. So I'm a little bit down on that. I did have some from before. Now, AI I'm watching too because of what's going on with Microsoft. So people are seeing the importance of AI, the AI wars, right? It's validation from Microsoft and Google. It's validation. And I think that's going to be a tailwind that's going to lift all boats in the AI industry. And maybe that's why you're getting a little bid when people see the billions and tens of billions of dollars, maybe even hundreds of billions of dollars being added to the Microsoft market cap within a few days on AI. And I think that's providing a little bit of a bid again in AI this morning. You can see it ran to 30 plus. Maybe it has another little move in it here. I'm long though YEXT on the AI play. A little bit of consolidation. We'll see what happens with that. CETX, that's like the real trash company for AI. So we'll see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if they put some sort of AI or ChatGPT press release out there to take advantage of their little micro float. So I'm holding that for a potential huge pop. Definitely very risky stock. Be careful with that. All right. I want to talk about Tesla. Tesla, I kind of like here. It's been consolidating for a few days, and Elon Musk just came out on a lot of great news, by the way. All right. This is all fundamental news, fundamental and sentiment. You have a bullish crossover here. But yesterday, there was a little bit of news, which, oh man, what was it called? Master Plan 3. Elon Musk says Master Plan 3 update coming on March 1st. The future is bright. The path to a fully sustainable energy future of Earth will be presented on March 1st. Maybe that's enough of a catalyst to get this out of the consolidation zone and make a move towards 200. On board with Vegas saying if we break 200, we can make a move to 225. So that's high on my watch list today. American Airlines gets an upgrade, $25 price target from, who is that from? $25 price target from Redburn Partners, $25 price target, and upgrades to buy. They are doing a debt offering, $750 million, to refinance some of their debt. They're going to be paying off some of their other debt. I'm not sure how that's going to impact the stock, but I already like this because of the fundamentals. Really low PE, really good guidance still for 2023. My target for a while has been the 200 DMA. So I'm hoping this upgrade today will be enough to get it to go and break this resistance right there at 1764 and make a move to about $19 at the 200 DMA. That was the play. Maybe a little wrinkle in the news last minute here in the last half hour that they're doing this debt offering. Again, I don't know enough about that to know if that will hurt the stock here this morning. Now, some other really exciting news we've been talking about. Well, let's talk about CANO before we get into Ashdale, because CANO last week at $1.49, I put it not only in our room, but in Twitter. I'm like, hey, this broke the 50-week moving average. Look out for buyout rumors. And man, did we get it the next day, right? The next day, Monday, towards the end of the day, we got CVS and talks to buy OSH, and that started moving CANO pretty dramatically. Now that deal is finished at $39. So you have a little $39 cash, by the way. So you have an arbitrage opportunity here. I posted on Twitter, and Benzinga picked it up and made it a news article that's in the Thinkorswim app feed. Unbelievable. So, and in there, I talked also about the sympathy moves and sympathy plays in CANO, Talk, and DRIO. I think all three of these can have sympathy moves over even a longer term period, right? There's a lot of M&A going on in this industry. And we know CANO is, there's been rumors about, there's been not even rumors. There was an attempted buyout of CANO that didn't go through. There was a offer on Talk last summer, which Talk turned down, right? So there's a lot of M&A stuff going on. So all of this is really, really good for the industry. So you got that ARB opportunity, $35 to $39 in OSH. You have CANO, which, by the way, my target was $2.50, but this thing really moves in pre-market. Not in it at the moment, but probably a good one to trade because of the big volatility. You can trade around the core and maybe make a move towards that gap, the top of this gap, the bottom of this gap here, $2.50 is my swing target on CANO. Talk, I don't know why this is not really rocketed yet, but whatever, it will. They have their earnings on came out yesterday. February 21st will be their earnings. Conference call on February 22nd. The catalysts are just stacked one on top of another. Not only are they guiding the JP Morgan conference for a flip to profitability with lots of cash left over after that, but in addition to that, some news out yesterday about text therapy, highly effective. Text therapy, what's that make you think of? Makes you think of AI potentially. So, and then you have, of course, what's going on in the industry with the buyout of Oaktree, OSH. So lots of stacked catalysts for Talk. I think the pressure is going to continue to build on Talk And this, I'm thinking, will make a move towards 1 or maybe even the 200-day DMA 112, maybe even before the earnings report. Real bullish about that. AMLI, I called this yesterday at 330. I said swing play to 350. Man, did that come fast. Now, I don't have a good chart on this, unfortunately. So you have to, in the chat room, we can talk. I can get a screenshot from E-Trade or something like that, but TD doesn't have it. But I think like 350 to 360 is the right range was kind of in. It went to 330. That was an opportunity. But now in this kind of 350, let's call it fair value range, not fundamentally, but in terms of the chart, that's like the range it was, stable in before it had that drop to 330, probably for not a good reason. But now that we're back in like the 350 to 360 range, I think that's we just wait. And we're going to get the uranium spin-out news. It's possible there's a little extra bid this morning because American Lithium. And if you listened to State of the Union address last night, Joe Biden was talking about made in America and all the materials have to come from America. And he made a big push about that. So maybe American Lithium seeing a little bid about that this morning. By the way, also about mental health. So perhaps talk also a little bit of the bid this morning, although the bid's gone, but this morning there was a bid at like 87 cents. Maybe that also had to do with SO2 last night. All right, just a couple more, and then we're going to move on to Vegas. Air, ATM offering, $25 million. I'm not worried about this at all. I think you buy the dips if it drops. By the way, last time they did an ATM offering of, I don't know if it was 20 million or 25 million. Over the next 4 weeks, they had tons of news. They had like 3 orders worth like 10 million plus. So I have a feeling he's using the same playbook, that Gain Erickson is using the same playbook. He puts out this ATM knowing that they're going to have additional good news coming out and he can sell into it. So this company is just getting bigger and stronger. $1 billion market cap. We were in this at $50 million. Unbelievable. So I still hold this and really not worried at all. 20 DMA support here at $33. You got some other support at $30. And I think... I don't know. We'll get to 27, maybe in a bad market, but we'll see. I'm still holding Air. Not going to sell this ATM news. And if it drops appreciably, I will be looking to add more or sell puts, something of that nature. CTLP, got a 525 bid this morning. So Chris Tuttle was with us yesterday, giving us his preview on CTLP. Now, I did get some trading shares going into this. I didn't listen to the CC, so maybe I'm missing something. If you want to know the details, ask Chris Tuttle about it in the rooms. But based on the press release and the guidance for 2023, I wasn't so impressed. I don't really see high growth in 2023. The stock doesn't look terribly cheap to me. I think the PE of the EBITDA, not even PE, the adjusted EBITDA ratio of 2023 is something like 10 or something like that, which to me is not like terribly cheap. So I did sell my trading shares on CTLP. Continue to have a small position in my IRA, but let's talk to Chris Tuttle, get his opinion on that in the chat room later. Just want to point out, INMB was in my list since yesterday because I had a nice move yesterday. And look at the 52-week high is actually not too far away, 1178. So this is that, Alzheimer's stock, a very speculative small cap. But this morning they had some news that they're getting 6.4 million cash rebate. Now that doesn't make a huge dent. It's $166 million market cap, but nonetheless, on top of this nice, strong technical action, throw a 6.4 million cash into it. Maybe it continues. The 52-week high is $11.78. So maybe it has another run. But honestly, for this one, this is just something I'm holding for the long term. And if it works out, it's like a 20-30 bagger. And if it doesn't, it doesn't, right? Let's see if they can cure Alzheimer's. So we know we've talked to Dan Carlson about their technology and why we think that's going to be a better solution for Alzheimer's. All right, let's leave it at that. Man, I didn't even get to PANW and Enphase. Solar sector is going to be hot today because of big Enphase beat. Cybersecurity sector is hot today because of the beat by Fortinet. So just going to mention those. If you potentially Generac can see a little bit of a move because they have a solar component, and I like it anyway, and it's kind of pulled back close to the 20-day moving average. Generac. So this is something I was eyeing anyway here at the 20 DMA. Maybe the solar Enphase can give it a little bit of a further move. All right, man, we just absolutely killed it yesterday. So now let's bring on our friend I Love Stocks Vegas to talk about stocks. Good morning, Vegas. Did we absolutely kill it yesterday?
Oh my God. We did. If anyone's listening to the morning
Microsoft
show.
was amazing. I loved it, Microsoft.
Yeah, that was good. I'm glad I brought that up, and hopefully people banked on it. And nice little gap this morning. I mean, what a gorgeous gap. We're seeing here, just to mention quickly, Google pulling back this morning, mentioning apparently the reason it pulled back, which is a shame, they messed up at their demo. Apparently their chat bot gave wrong answers at the launch event. So
Oh, there it is. I see it now. 8:48 a.m. Google Bard AI chatbot gives wrong answer at launch event, and that's also helping Microsoft go up this morning.
Yeah, like,
Wow.
oh my God, like talk about being how embarrassing. Like, wow. But you know what? Don't discount Google. You know, maybe something happened, but you know what? Very embarrassing, but definitely watch that for a reversal on Google, because there was a
And
lot of money
you are the queen of reversals. For people who don't know you well, you love the reversal plays, and I've seen you in
Yeah.
action. You are awesome at the reversal play. So tell us how to play the Google reversal play potentially
Yeah,
here.
so you know, Google, definitely watch the, you know, watch the daily, watch the 1 minute. I like to look at the 1 minute chart, or look at the 5 minute chart. Wait to see if there's a reversal move. I mean, it's flushed quite a bit from here, from 106.30 earlier this morning. I guess following the event, the stock flushed. So, going to be watching for a reversal, but the move will come if this can get over 108. So, you know, what I like to suggest, if people are watching Google and like, oh, okay, I want to take a reversal, because there's going to be some IV crushes this morning too, if anyone has calls on Google. So if they do have IV crush, you could take advantage of that. The only thing with the reversals, I usually caution everyone. I mean, the whole point of taking a reversal, you're anticipating the stock to go back up, and the benefit to you is that you're getting the discount on the IV theta crush. So if you do take a reversal, especially a weekly reversal, you know, you're going to have to take a much smaller size, because remember, reversals may fail and you don't want to take a big loss. And you can size small to start. So usually what I like to do, I start with two contracts. And then as it starts to move in the right direction and I feel more comfortable because I'm seeing more candles coming in, more green candles, then I add to that trade. But I usually start with two contracts and then let the trade work, and hopefully let the trade marinate, as I like to say. Because sometimes the reversals, just so you know, they take like sometimes 2-3 hours to make a move. You'd be amazed. So sometimes they move within the hour, sometimes like 3 hours into the day, it's like, oh my God, finally. So it just takes time. So if anyone's watching Google, the level for the break is over 108. But if you are watching it and it's below that right now, it could be a potential for a reversal move. Stock I'm going to take a trade on today, just so you know, I'm going to go long on American Express. So American Express had phenomenal earnings last week. And this is a stock that is not to be joking around with, because I got to tell you, because you guys know I follow the money. It had a nice little gap up this morning, a little over 1%. But one thing I want to mention with American Express is that the dark pool, okay, the money flow on American Express was pretty big last week, okay? So when you see money flow coming in, you have to pay attention, because that means a move is potentially coming. You just never know which way. But because it broke 180, looks like the move is to the upside. And let me tell you the reason I really like this too. The target on American Express that I'm looking for is close to $200. So look where it is now, 180.65, and so we're talking like a $20 potential move. So looking for the American Express, I'm going to go long. So I'm going to go into March 17 contracts, and I'm going to be looking at like the 185s and the 190 and 195s. And if people have a small account, could consider $200 call. Those closed around 41 cents, very cheap. And they could probably still make very good money. And I love that they did exceed, by the way, the full year guidance that they laid out in their growth plans for both revenues and EPS. And that revenues did reach all-time highs for both the quarter and the year. They were up 25% for the full year, exceeding the 18 to 20% guidance. And earnings per share was $9.85, as well above their guidance of $9.25 to $9.65. So the momentum they saw through the year, and card member spending, engagement, and retention continued in the fourth quarter. So, people talk about recession, but let me tell you, people are using that credit card. Like, they're spending money.
Inflation, and by the way, I love this whole sector, Visa, MasterCard, American Express,
yes,
because inflation is really good for them. If people spend, right? I mean, if you have 100% inflation year over year, their revenue is going to skyrocket, right?
And one thing too is keep American Express for those people that like growth stocks and for stocks for investments. Keep this on your watch, because what's really important to mention, that they mentioned in the conference call. Here's key words, okay? Because I do listen to those conference calls and I do read the transcripts. That they said, the CEO said, I am more confident in our ability to achieve aspirations for double-digit annual revenue growth and mid-teens EPS growth in 2024 and beyond. So when you hear that, saying he's super confident, double-digit growth, I mean, hello, you're going to want to pay attention to this. The performance strategy is working, and they've had their best performance year to date. And what they see for 2023 is just incredible. So I think it's going to be an incredible year for American Express. But anyhow,
I love that.
Trade will be in play, and the catalyst is a growth and double digits. So that's the catalyst for me. That's all you need to tell me.
I love it. You're really doing it story trading style. Fundamentals, catalyst, technicals. I love it. Great idea. We're gonna put AXP high on our list. Maybe I'll take a trade on it today.
Take a swing. Go long. And by the way, watching Google I'm watching Google right now. We're talking and it's trying to reverse here. So definitely a top watch for a reversal play. And don't forget our little friend Tesla. We're watching for $200 break. If it breaks, watch out. Tesla can make a nice move there. Nice move. It looks like a flat breakout top, looks like on the weekly. So flat top breakout.
Yeah, I covered that before you came in. And they also had the news from Elon Musk last night, Master Plan 3, March 1st. So I think that might be a catalyst that can kind of get it over the hump.
Yes. And guess what? Also, just to mention, I will be on a Twitter space tonight with Mel Stone from Black Box Stocks and Joe Fahmy, who I'm a big fan of. And you guys know Joe Fahmy from StoryTrading, and he's a hedge fund guy, manages a portfolio, and he's a regular guest on Investors Business Daily. So definitely try to tune in. I'll put the link. The link is in my Twitter feed. It's tonight at 7:00. There's going to talk about the markets, unusual options activities. So I think it's very good for your community to listen to this free event because they're going to have quite a few speakers, coming on the panel. And he's very, very engaging and makes makes it a pleasure to listen to these events, because sometimes people talk and then they're just so boring and you just tune out. You can't understand what the hell they're talking about. But he talks in a way that people can totally understand. So even if you don't have lots of experience in the market, listening to him is a pleasure. So tune in tonight, and I'm just so honored to be part of the panel, and look forward to tonight's show. So come and tune in.
Sounds great. You can follow Vegas at I Love Stocks 1. If you got to go, you can. But I got to talk DRIO next, Vegas. I forgot to cover it. That big news this morning.
Yeah.
All right. So
DRIO.
Dexcom. Dexcom is a continuous glucose monitoring company. They have that device for continuous glucose monitoring.
Yeah, I remember that. You talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been expecting lots of catalysts for DRIO. I think this is one of the big ones they've been teasing. They said another strategic partner. You can take a look at the press release. I think it's going to be really, really important, because this was one of the only concerns I ever had with their solution is you gotta do a blood prick, to get this data onto your phone. But now you don't need to do that. If you have Dexcom, you can now integrate with DRIO's solution. It's going to make it a lot easier to sell it to insurers and employers. So this is really exciting. I'm looking for Aetna launch as well. They got huge partners now. They have Sanofi, Dexcom, Aetna's a partner, but a lot of
this is your DRIO. That's the ticker. DRIO.
My largest position. This is my largest position. I put it for trade of the week too for Wolf. But
Yeah.
they have now Sanofi as a partner, Dexcom as a partner. They have Aetna as a customer, but not yet announced, only announced on the conference call. So we're waiting for a big PR on Aetna. So lots of good things. It's over the 20 DMA. I'm looking for like almost an immediate move here, very near term, over 6, maybe towards what's this target?
Yeah,
range?
so listen, I tell you some targets I'm looking at. Okay, so I'm
675.
looking at I'm tell you, so you and I are like twins. So 658 is what I see next, then 678. If
Yep.
that breaks, we could see 733, 769. Now, if it breaks 769, watch out. This can head towards 1106. So
And it will,
that's
not today.
looking
It will.
beautiful.
It will.
You know, it's a
It
great,
will.
it's a gorgeous
Aetna.
swing trade. Beautiful. As long as it doesn't go under 509, I really like this chart for a swing. Beautiful chart.
Sounds good.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Vegas, thanks so much. Let's kill it again today.
Let's crush it. Have a great day, everyone. See you tomorrow.
You too. Take care, everyone.